Y'all, they had a stripper pole in my basement. This is a townhouse. It was crazy. It was crazy. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dot, the founder and creator of Press Bay Nail Co. If you've been here for a while, then you know that it's been a while since you've seen us. Sorry about that. Cue the music.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Well, we're back. Press Bay Nail Co is back, and I want to give y'all a little insight into what we've been working on and why we took such a long hiatus. So pull up a chair, let's have a little chit chat. I'm going to give you guys some tips on what to do when you're starting a new business to be able to sustain that business long term. And we learned a lot of lessons. So I learned a lot of lessons and I'm ready to jump right back into it. So first things first, what happened? The main thing was it's just our vendor management and our supply chain was not as good as it should have been. We had very good vendors, but they were not very reliable, and we didn't take into account the shipping differences. So sometimes you might ship a product, it'll be this price, another time it'll be this price, sometimes it'll take 20 days, sometimes it'll take 3 months. There was just a lot of uncertainty with the vendors that we had, and like I said, although the quality was very, very good, the reliability was just quite honestly not there. So that's the first thing. So the first tip I would say as a new business owner is to make sure that your vendors are not only good quality, but that they are reliable. And you can get a sense of reliability from testimonials. If there are other people that have used the vendor, a lot of them, they have things on their website to show like who their customers are. So pay attention to all of that because it does make a difference. And I will say, if you have to choose between two vendors that have the same quality, if one is just a little bit more expensive, but they're more credible and more reliable, I would say go with that more credible and more reliable vendor. Another thing is have multiple options. So don't just rely on one vendor. If you find, let's just say for instance, your poly mailers, and you want to keep at a certain, price point with your poly mailers when you're shipping out products, you can have 3 vendors that you have for your poly mailers. You don't have to just stick to one vendor. So that's the first tip. The second thing of where have we been? So with the uncertainty of our vendor management and our supply chain, I was like, hey, let's try to start a new business. We're doing pretty well financially. Let me jump into a new business. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. If you don't have a stable, process of what you're currently doing in your first business, it might not be such a good idea to start another business. So that's what happened. As a young girl, I've always been into HGTV and interior design. So for me, the next step naturally was to get into real estate. So I did purchase a property and I did put it on Airbnb. And it was a dream of mine to purchase a property and have, passive income, which I thought, through real estate. So I purchased the property, put it on Airbnb, furnished it, got it all cute. I was absolutely in love with the property. I learned so much. I learned how to talk to contractors, how to just have a home, how to run a home, how to run a business with guests. So guests are a little bit different than customers. So with the nail business, we primarily have customers. With an Airbnb or a real estate company, you primarily have guests, and it is a different vibe. So that brings me to my next issue of why I no longer have the Airbnb. So most of the guests were great. I got to meet a lot of good people, but there's always that one. Okay. So there was one guest in particular that completely trashed my home and had a huge party. And honestly, the party looked lit. I'll insert a clip of the party. Let's see. Cue the music.
That how it sound when I hit your hoe. It be like this. It be like this. It be like this. I get behind your horn.
Yes. So as you can see, the party got a little bit out of control. Y'all, they had a stripper pole in my basement. This is a townhouse. It was crazy. It was crazy. So after that experience, I still kept the Airbnb for a little bit longer after that, but I found that with certain business models such as Airbnb, you need to have a lot of contingency costs for things that are just unexpected. And that's with any business, but I feel like especially with like a real estate or an Airbnb type of business model, you definitely want to have a contingency fund. It did take quite a lot of financial effort to revamp the place after this crazy party and bring it back to a standard for the next guests. So lot to learn there, but I would say my second tip for any new entrepreneurs is don't start a new business until you fully fleshed out your current business. So I just moved too fast. I was just things that I've always wanted to do, and I had the financial capital to do it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best time to do it. So keep that in mind. I know we all want to expand our portfolios financially, have multiple businesses, multiple streams of income, but you do have to keep in mind how much effort and work it takes to have multiple businesses. And like I said, the Airbnb journey was very fun. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so glad I got to experience it. And if you want a video specifically about how I went through the process of getting my Airbnb or anything like that, just leave a comment down below and I will be more than happy to spill the tea about Airbnb. Okay? Oh, that was a bar. A little bar. That was a bar. Okay. So that brings me to my next thing. I've been working I want to say my whole life, not my whole life, but where I'm from, you can start working at the age of 14, and I did just that. And I've always been the type of person that believed in delayed gratification. So I wasn't huge on the social scene. I wasn't huge into those types of things because I was so focused on, school and working and, building my financial portfolio at a very young age, honestly and truly. I don't know why, but that was just a goal of mine since an early age. I love working and I love making money. So that's just what it was. But I got to a point in my life where I was like, you know what? I've been working so hard and for so long. It's time for me to, let my hair down and enjoy the fruits of my labor and, have a good time. YOLO, you only live once. Tomorrow's not promised. So I was like, okay, I'm going to live a little. And that I did, honey. The trips were tripping. We went to Dubai. We went to Maldives. We went to Jamaica. We did Atlanta a couple times. New York a few times. We did Vegas. We did, LA a few times. Mexico a couple times. So it was a good time. Also DR, the trips were tripping. The times were timing, okay? And we were enjoying ourselves. And I don't feel bad about that. However, this kind of brings me back to my second point of don't have multiple businesses before you're ready. My third tip is be sure to balance business and fun, because as you can imagine, someone has to run the business, okay? You want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but you don't want to do that too soon when you're an entrepreneur because, like I said, someone has to run the business. I'll never forget, I was in Jamaica with some friends for my friend's bachelorette party, and I got a call from Airbnb support about a guest that was not satisfied with something at the property. And if I was there or if I had a management team to support me, they could have easily went to the property, got it figured out, and it would have been okay. But here I am thousands of miles away, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I tried, I tried to speak with the support team, but the guest they just rather move on to a different property and have another host for their stay, which I completely understand. So you want to make sure that before you get to the fun side of things, that you have all of your ducks in a row, that you have either a management team or you have some type of support that'll work your business while you are away. And of course you can do like an out of office, but that gets a little tricky because if your customers are used to you being their supplier for this particular product, and you decide, hey, I'm going on vacation for a week or two, and you have, you know, website closed, they're going to find someone else to buy that product from. And if they like the products from their new supplier, they might end up just going to that new supplier as their permanent supplier for whatever product that you have. So you want to be careful about that. I'm sure that through my hiatus with Press Bay Nail Co., I'm sure our customers moved on to other companies that supply the same type of goods that we do. So you want to make sure that you're careful with the I would say the business and the fun side of things and balancing that. So those are my 3 tips. Number 1 being make sure you have good vendor management and a good supply chain, and that you work with multiple vendors. Number 2 would be to not jump into multiple businesses before you are ready. And number 3 is to be able to balance the work and the play so that your business is sustainable and it does continue to grow. So now to the fun stuff. What is next for Press Bay Nail Co.? So much, y'all. So much. We have so much. I've been working behind the scenes because I didn't want to come on this video and say, hey, we're coming back, before I knew what exactly we were coming back with. So we have a full schedule of things that we're planning to do and to show y'all. Of course, I'm gonna bring y'all on the journey. So turn on your post notifications. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss our fun videos. My next video, I'm gonna give you a step-by-step guide on how to launch your own business. So that's really what I'm here to do with you guys on this channel, is to not only show you how I grow and sustain my own business, but how you can do the same for yourself. So I'm so excited that you are here. Like I said, like and subscribe. I'm gonna give you a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a minute to go do that. Did you? Okay. So like I said, thank you so much for being here, and until next time, peace out.